Here's the most controversial decision I've made as a traditional Finnish sauna dealer. It's that I sell infrared saunas right next to traditional Finnish saunas. And yeah, there are people who call this sacrilegious. Stick around because by the end, you'll know why this decision is so controversial, what makes a sauna, which style might actually be right for you, and why, even though I believe a traditional Finnish sauna is the best choice for the majority of people, I ultimately decided to offer both at Epic Sauna. So, why all the controversy? Well, in short, it's because the sauna is such an important part of Finnish cultural heritage, and it's one of the only examples of traditional Finnish culture that has been widely adopted by the English speaking world. The word sauna is the only Finnish word used in everyday English. Limiting its use isn't about gatekeeping, it's about protecting a custom that was recognized by UNESCO in 2020 as part of humanity's intangible cultural heritage. When marketers use the word sauna to sell something that doesn't fit the minimum qualifications of a traditional sauna, it dilutes the meaning to simply anything that makes you sweat. It's disrespectful to the culture, and it slowly erases the nuance of this important part of Finnish cultural history. That doesn't mean the products popularly known as infrared saunas shouldn't exist, because as a product, they can be useful for the right person. They just shouldn't be called a sauna. That's why I don't call the infrared products that I sell saunas. Instead, I refer to them as infrared therapy rooms. So, why do I sell infrared therapy rooms at all, even though I think most people would get more benefits from a sauna? I'll get into that in a minute, but first, let me just explain how you can identify the differences between a sauna and an infrared therapy room. Let's start with defining what a sauna is. A sauna isn't just any hot box. It's a specific Finnish tradition practiced for thousands of years. To the Finns, it's a custom connected to life, death, health, community, and that special steam they call loilu in Finnish. The minimum qualifying components of a sauna are high heat, a heater designed to directly heat stones, and the ability for water to be thrown on the stones to create pulses of steam. Any product that doesn't have all three elements shouldn't be called a sauna. A sauna stove can be powered by wood fire, electricity, or a gas burner. The air temperature typically reaches between 165 to over 200 degrees Fahrenheit. You pour water on the hot stones to create an enveloping pulse of steam, and that heat and steam makes you sweat hard. There's no such thing as a dry sauna. The term dry sauna is a misnomer, likely used to contrast a sauna from a steam room, Russian banya, or Turkish hammam, all of which do maintain a higher humidity than a Finnish sauna, but a Finnish sauna does incorporate steam and is definitely not dry. At its best, the sauna is about community, ritual, and full body well being. In contrast, infrared therapy rooms are a modern invention. They're moderately heated, usually ranging from 110 to 150 degrees, heating the body directly using infrared radiation from electric panels without heating the air, and are dry with no ability to create steam. They're missing two and often all three of the key elements required to be a sauna. They don't have hot rocks, they don't have steam, and they usually can't get up to the 165 to 200 degrees that saunas get to. Infrared therapy rooms are gentler and provide deep tissue warmth, but it's not the same as a sauna. I tend to think of them as medical devices. They're more like a whole body heating pad rather than a variation of a sauna. Studies show infrared therapy rooms can provide benefits for pain relief, chronic fatigue, arthritis, and muscle recovery. But the big longevity and heart studies, like the famous Finnish studies on heat shock proteins and reductions in all-cause mortality, come from traditional saunas. Both saunas and infrared therapy rooms can boost circulation and relaxation, but saunas have stronger research backing the claims of cardiovascular and longevity benefits from decades of studies. Infrared therapy rooms are often seen as a tempting alternative to a sauna since they're more accessible. Most models can be plugged directly into a standard wall outlet, and they're usually significantly cheaper. And infrared therapy rooms can undeniably provide relief for people with medical conditions that make the high heat of a sauna unbearable. I sell, build, and use traditional Finnish saunas regularly. I've seen how owning a sauna supports my relationships and overall well-being. But I've also witnessed infrared therapy rooms help people who couldn't handle the intensity of a sauna. Now, I'll share two personal stories that made me feel like I needed to offer infrared therapy rooms alongside saunas. During a really brutal time in my life, dealing with family health scares alongside extreme job stress, my stress levels were so unmanageable that my own sauna felt too intense. Suddenly, I couldn't tolerate the heat and would be absolutely spent even after a short session. What would normally be good stress became too much to handle. The heat hit like a wall, so I avoided it. Although I didn't have access to one at the time, looking back at it, an infrared therapy room would have been a gentle lifeline then, giving me a dedicated place to ease the physical aches that accompanied the stress without adding an overwhelming stimulus. Once life stabilized, I quickly craved the full sauna ritual again. The steam, the time with friends, and deep relaxation that my sauna provides became a central pillar of my recovery from that stressful time. Additionally, I've seen how access to an infrared therapy room helped my friend find some relief from a bout of post COVID fatigue that she suffered with for years. The intensity of her symptoms left her exhausted from the most basic of daily tasks. A sauna would have certainly left her recovering in bed for days. However, she was able to find comfort and relief in the warmth of an infrared therapy room. Much like a full body heating pad, it was soothing while being gentle enough not to add stress to her already fragile state. Both infrared therapy rooms and saunas have their time and place, and it's ultimately up to you to decide which one's best for you. I sell both because I've seen infrared therapy rooms comfort people with chronic health issues, but traditional Finnish saunas deliver unmatched benefits for most people. My ultimate goal is to clear up confusion and misunderstandings, provide the right solution for your circumstances, and reinforce the definition of sauna through side-by-side education. So, what do you think? Have you benefited from a traditional Finnish sauna, infrared therapy room, or both? I'd love to hear your experiences in the comments below. If this helped clarify things, hit like and subscribe for more honest sauna thoughts. Links are below to epicsauna.com, where the differences are crystal clear. No misleading labels.